Hello, 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 everybody. Hello and welcome. Hello, hello, and welcome. Yes. What's going on today? Today is just going to be a chill day. Just going to go through some financial stuff, little basic budgeting. So as you see the disclaimer that was up there, let me pop that there for a moment. Okay, so I am not your financial advisor. Okay. I'm not sure why this is playing up. Bear with me. It's better. Every time you go on live, there's always something. There's always something. Hello, Mr. Lawrence. Good evening. How are we? Yes. You didn't tell me whether or not you want to come up, so I didn't contact you. But good evening. How are you? I don't know why YouTube is playing up. Ooh, that's a nice cup of tea. Get yourself comfortable. Get yourself fine and dandy. Yes. Get yourself comfortable. Get yourself a pen and paper, to take some notes. I will not repeat myself. I will not repeat myself. I said, I will not repeat myself. Yes, I got myself a brew. A nice cup of mint tea. Okay. So let's take this disclaimer off. There we go. I know I did just 3 times. Anyway, so what are we going to cover? Let's have a look at the agenda. Okay, so we're going to cover today a month-by-month budgeting, daily management of your month-by-month budget. Number 3, investments. And number 4, being consistent with the first top 3. Okay, being consistent with the first top 3. And number 5, saving. And number 6, emergency funds, which tie in with saving. And then number 7 is a bonus. What is the bonus? I don't know. But stick around and you will find out what the bonus would be. Yes, so will I be sharing spreadsheet to help? So those of you who wants a copy of a spreadsheet, you can contact me after the live show, and then I'll be able to share a spreadsheet. Okay, I'll show you how. It's, as I said, this is basic side of budgeting, whether it's on a monthly base or for a weekly base or for the year. Okay, because some things will not change for the whole year, so that budget can be consistent across the board. But anyway, as what everything I do, I lead with God's leading, because without God, we cannot do anything. So let's have a quick word of prayer. Most kind, gracious Father in heaven, thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to share knowledge, the small bit of knowledge that you have bestowed upon me, and the way you show me how to manage and to be a good steward of the blessings that you have bestowed upon me. So I pray, Father God, as I go through this, that somebody will learn something, no matter how small, minute, but they will pick up something so they're able to move forward with their life in the right way. So thank you once again, Father God, for this moment. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Okay. So let's go back in time. Financially and budgeting and everything. I've never been good with money. I was never always been good with money. Maybe 5 years ago is when I started to look more closely at my finance and start thinking more of future rather than living in the moment, and my brother will laugh at this, but when I spoke to him and told him all the things, how excited I was about saving money and managing my money, starting to pick up on little things and learning that I could see the difference. And my big brother said to me, "Wow, it took the whole world to shut down for you to learn how to save money." And he wasn't wrong. It took the whole world to shut down for me to learn how to save or how to manage my money. So some people will argue about or complain about shutdown and we wasn't allowed out and all these things. But while during shutdown, I start teaching myself and take advantage of that period of time. We were going to be on our own and not be with people and not being able to go out and spend and whatever, so I started to learn a little bit about investment side of things, and by doing that, I start learning saving. But properly saving didn't come till later on down the line. But yes, it did take lockdown to teach me how to be able to save money. Otherwise, I probably would still be as reckless as I was then. So you might think, who are you to be telling us about how to budget and how to save money? Who are you? I'm just a guy here on the Facebook, YouTube, that learned something, and his life has become a little bit better because of that. Okay, so I would say back in the days, I was party animal, go out and party, whoop whoop. Also, I used to gamble. Gambling was my thing. Gambling was my thing where if I'm looking to get a little extra buck, I'm thinking gambling will give me that. But the quicker you get it, the quicker it's go back into the casinos. So when you're truly, and this was before lockdown, but when you truly want to have a better life, when you truly want to have a better future, you will start doing the right things and slowly everything will start falling into place. So the reason I'm giving you this background, because I'm sure many people is going through this and or about to get out of this. So I'm relating to what a lot of people will be going through, So because I realized I was ruining myself with gambling and financially, and it become a habit, almost like I was addicted to it. Normally I would wait it till midnight, money come into my bank. I'll be there in bed. Okay, money comes in, boom, jacket on, get in a cab at the casino, because I was living paycheck to paycheck. So that comes in, it goes out. So I have to wait. Next one comes. Then I go and gamble it away. Sometimes wasn't able even to pay my rent, wasn't even able to pay my rent. So what I did over time, I spoke with family. I sat down with my family, my dad, my brother, my mom, and I said, listen, I've got a problem. I've got an issue with gambling and wasting my money. So we spoke and they prayed for me. What I did after that, I went to the casino and I said, listen, I want to bar myself from all casino. So I did the paperwork, they take the picture. and I'm barred from every casino, every casino possible. So if I go into a casino and play, I cannot get my money. So either way, I would lose. So I self-barred myself from the casino. So it's going on, oof, I don't know, maybe almost 10 years, maybe, or a little bit less, maybe eight years or so, that I've done that. And, you know, things have gotten better. So casino, gambling, boom, knock it on the head. Next thing was smoking over 3 years now, boom, knock it on the head. Drinking over 23, 24, going 24 months now, boom, knock it on the head. All these things happen leading up for me to be able to manage my finance better and not just waste it each and every day where I don't know where the pennies are going. Okay, so we are going to have a look at monthly, a month by month budgeting. And let me share my screen with y'all. Share screen. Monthly finance. There we go. Boom. Okay, so this is my blank one, but we're gonna go to let's see. I think if we go to, yes, so let's stay on this here. Let's use this here as an example. So if we use this here as an example, it make things a lot better. Okay, so can we all see that? Yes, can we see it? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is a little bit redacted. So let me full screen. Okay. So I've redacted some of it because it's not all of my information you need to know, or everything I do you need to know. But number one, let's start on the left-hand column, which is where you have everything that you have going out each and every month or whatever. For me, it's every month. So we're going to stick with month, keep it simple. So over there on the left-hand side here, you're going to have everything that's going out each month. Okay. So this is my my plan for the year. So this is this year. Okay. So number one, I always, since listening to giving up all my bad habits and everything, I thank God for giving up all these bad habits. So this is where I make sure 10% of my earnings go back to the Lord, you know. So as you see, church is number one. So that's my tithing. I give back my tithing. Okay. Second is my rent. Rent always have to go out every month. It's the same, doesn't change. It goes out. Okay. Then this person is my big brother. For some reason, because I couldn't get a contract phone. So I asked my brother if he could get me a contract phone. And so I pay him the money each month that pays the contract. I could now have a contract phone myself, but it's been going like this now for for many years. So I just left it. So I will come back to this. I will come back to Ray underneath rent. I will come back to that a bit later on as well. But yeah, that's for my phone. Underneath it does say phone because I had a second phone that I was paying for monthly as well. I was too greedy. So you see, wasting money. But then I realized I was wasting money, and you can see that it stopped in February. Okay, let's move on down. So if you, as you can see, how the as importance coming down, the importance things. Okay, so if get here, that's for investments. Vanguard, for those of you who is familiar with Vanguard. You got Wi-Fi. You got your utilities. You know, stuff that, you know, have to go out every month. StreamYard, which is what I'm using now to stream this live. Okay. Got your water. You've got your debts. So for me, me having this credit card, it's not a debt because every month is paid off. So it's not a debt. But some people have credit card, which is a debt. So you can have it on there. So I just put credit card because as we go on through the rest of the show, you will see how everything else work out. And then I've got another saving in different currencies. So obviously it's UK pounds and then converted into dollars. So that is sitting where I need it to sit until it's needed in the future. And then you have what you call emergency fund, okay? And underneath emergency fund is where I've decided to pay myself a loan. And you might think, Andrew, what are you talking about? Pay yourself a loan. Yes, so I've decided to, so I did check on in my bank. I wanted a loan for 10,000. I looked at it. I see how long it would take to pay it back. I think it was 5 years. I saw the amount I need to pay back each month. I left it for a day. I thought about it again. I left it for a day. So by me leaving it, I was thinking, you don't need it. Because if you need it, you'd have made the decision there and then. So what happened over time when I leave it, it gave me time to think constructively. Is it a need or is it a want? So what I did, I said, you know what? I'm going to take this this loan, but not from the bank. I'm going to take this loan from myself. Okay? I'm going to take this loan from myself. So instead of me taking the loan from the bank, I start paying myself that loan. So I figure out how much I need to pay back each month and how long. So I was like, okay, I can wait 5 years for £10,000. So I start paying myself back. I start paying myself that loan. Okay, so I'm not paying the bank. I'm paying myself that loan. Ooh. We go back on there. So yes, so this loan, it says loan to myself. So the amount I would have to pay each month if I took it from the bank is £193. So just like how you would fluctuate with paying back a loan, this is exactly what's been happening. You see? So the first, where was the first time? Oh, yes. So the first time, so in September, the first 2 months, I was on target. And then I actually upped it and pay even more to catch up for the 1 month that I missed. Okay. So you see, and then there again, there I didn't pay anything close. There again, I paid more to catch up, which is what you would do if you're paying back a loan to the bank. Then there I missed certain amount. I could only pay what I can. There again, and then I get back on track. And then September, boom, that was £9 for some reason, but I make sure I still pay myself something. And then October went back to normal. November went back to normal. And then this month, December, had dropped a little bit. Okay. So this is how fluctuated it would have been if I was paying back a loan to the bank. Okay. So so the next bit we're going to move on to is bear with. Monthly by monthly, day by day. Okay. So let's have a look at this one. Okay, so if we go down, so before I go down, let me just, so down here is where you would, you're paying the amount you get paid. So you pay that in each month all the way across. So all that I will show you after, and then there we'll give you your difference. Okay. Okay, so this is where you get your month by month. Okay. If you want me to slow down, just say slow down. Okay. So this is where you'll get your month by month and a full, easy to manage everything you do each month, a quick glance. So you know everything that's happening with your finance at a quick glance. So you don't have to keep logging into different things to figure out what's happening. This is a quick glance, you know exactly what's going on. And you can make a decision based on this month to month thing. Okay. So on top, as you can see, I've got investment / savings. Okay. Investment / savings. And then January, February, March, it got the whole year. Okay. So each month I know exactly how much my trading 212 account is with my investments. I know Vanguard, exactly what is in my Vanguard month by month, and my Vanguard pension. Okay. Aviva pension. You got trading 2 and 2 again, which I put £20 in this trading 2 and 2 account to spend each month. The reason I do that is because when I use trading 2 and 2 card to spend on, it round up whatever and reinvest and invest the difference. So money back and rounding up. It then take that money automatically and invest it for me. Nice and easy. Revolut, do the same for Revolut as well. VM Express, that would be my overseas savings account. So that's money I know I definitely cannot touch until I visit that country. Savings, so this is my normal savings that I call the emergency fund. Credit cards, so I make sure my credit card is every month before I spend, my credit card need to go back to the exact amount that it should be, which basically saying it should be 0, okay, before I spend on it. So here would be the amount I'm budgeting for myself to spend. So that would be include for my food. If I need to travel anywhere on bus or whatever, that's included. So that's my budget. After I pay out everything, after I make sure investments are done, after I make sure savings are done, I budget what I'm going to spend for the month. Okay. I've got savings in Revolut and Revolut investment and Facebook income. It's just little things that I just keep as I said, I'm keeping tabs of the pennies. So the little money Facebook gives, it's barely nothing to look at because I'm not a big time Facebooker. But I still want to know there is money there. And then the main amount. So down here you can see before I used to budget a set amount properly. I used to just go by the difference up here. So whatever difference is left over up here, that's what I used to spend. But I learned that doesn't work properly. So this is what I mean when you're doing when you start learning to budget, what's going to happen is you will tweak things as you go along to make things better. So you're not getting rid of anything. You're just tweaking to make sure everything still is falling into place. Everything is still, all your chickens, all your ducks are in line still to achieve your end of year goal that you need to achieve. Okay. So where were we? So yeah, so as you can see here, there was like, my budget was £90 for the month for me to spend and live off for the month. Actual spent underneath there, I went over budgets. So I spent £272.98. Over budget was £182.98. Okay. And then if I carry on, that was what's left over. And then in April, I then switch to say, okay, I'm roughly spending over £250. So I thought, you know what? Let me move my budget to 250. So 250 there, 290, 270. That's my birthday month. So within your birthday month, you will see a little change, because obviously you're going to want to treat yourself. You don't have to, but you're going to want to treat yourself. The amount you spend, you don't want to be wasting all this money that you've spent time saving up already, putting away, from January, So here, that was my budget. I went over budget by £235, call it £236. Here again, 250. Actual spent was 475. Went over budget by 200. So these things are going to happen. So what's going on here? You can get my drift now. Okay, you get my drift. So what's happening now? I'll tell you what's happening. So when you start doing something, you got to do it for that long period of time. So then when you go back to it to have a look, you can see where you need to make changes for the next year. And bear with me. Okay. You can go back to it and see where you can adjust for the next year, because what this is about you getting better and better, whether it's every month, whether it's every 6 months or every year. You're getting better at managing yourself, managing your finance, and managing everything about you. You can manage yourself a lot better. You can go as minuscule as possible. Okay. So keep it very simple. Okay. So on this side here, this is the main thing. Okay. On this side is what you spend daily. Okay. This is what you spend on a daily basis. And before we go into this, you're going to see my you're going to see that there's a lot of red highlights, and those red highlights indicate takeout. So basically, I'm being lazy and I'm spending money that I shouldn't be spending. Okay, so as I show you my day-to-day breakdown, I spend money that I shouldn't be spending on useless takeouts. But sometimes you got to treat yourself, but don't be too lavish with it every month. So me looking back on this year, I know I can cut down a little bit more on my takeout habits. So if I have to be precise, after checking, I spent £162.53 just on takeouts this year. You might think to yourself, that's nothing. That's a little treat. For me, that's too much. Even though it's for a year, that is too much. Okay, that is too much still to spend on takeout for one person for the year. Now, I'll still have a couple weeks, but I'm not going to have any takeouts during this month. Okay, so let's have a look at the day-to-day and how it works. This one is very important. Even if you can just do this one, then everything will be all right. So here, attach. Can I make this a little bit bigger? Let's go 75. Yes. Well, let's try it a bit. 90. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So on here, you're going to have your daily spend. So you got your month. We're going to work in January. And then the cards that you're going to spend money from. Okay. So for me, I got my TSB card, my credit card, my Trading 212 MasterCard, and my Revolut card as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the only 3 cards I spend money from. Okay. So you need to organize yourself and say, listen, I'm not going to be spending on 6 cards that I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to be spending on this credit card here, that credit card there, that credit card there. And at the end of the month, you don't know what's going on. As you can see up there, I have just 1 credit card and that's it. I don't need any more credit cards. The 1 is more than enough. And as I go down, you're going to see a trend. And if you can pick up on this trend, then it's good. Pick up on this trend. Okay. So this is credit card spend for January. As you can see, the reds. I put reds because some of the things that I shouldn't be spending money on. Okay. So just for January alone, that was £362 spent just on the credit card. Okay. I'm not talking about anything else, just the credit card. Okay. So what you need to try and do to manage properly. So for me, each month, let me go back up here a little bit and see. No, I won't be able to show you that. No, I won't be able to show you. Is keep my bank card with 0 money in my bank card every month. 0. I don't want to see any money in my bank account, because when you have money in your account, you're going to want to spend from it. And the whole point is you spend with your credit card, pay it back each month. So for those of you who wants to build, say, credit score, that is a good way. So for me, this is how I build my credit score back up to where it is at the moment. Beautiful credit score, I might say, but I don't want to brag. But anyway, this is how you build your credit score back up to where it should be, or where you think it can be, is by spending on the card and make sure you pay that back every month without fail. Okay, make sure you pay that back every month. If you make a big purchase and then you're going to spread the cost a little bit, make sure you're paying off more, like 3, 4, 10 times the monthly amount that the credit card company wants of you. So say if included charge percentage, it's say £50 a month total that you need to pay back. You need to be paying back at least 200, you know, to show that you are being consistent and you're a good borrower. Okay, because all of this will affect your credit score. And with credit cards, you need to always try and keep it in that 20% usage. You don't want to go too crazy into the 30s and 40s percentage, because that shows that you can't manage. You see, like you're relying more on the credit card rather than your own finance, and you can't manage properly. So yes. But yeah, obviously you got to make big purchase. But when you make big purchase, you make sure that you're paying it back every month. Okay. So yes, so I keep 0 in my bank account, and why that is good as well is if you know there's so much fraud going on these days, you got to be careful. Credit card is insured. Okay. Your credit card, you can stop it. If it's been used, it's not going to affect you. You can just say, listen, proof that your credit card's been stolen or been clowned or been used where it shouldn't be used by someone who steal your card. So then you get your money back. Not necessarily your money, but the bank will replace their own money. So it's better to use a credit card rather than your bank card each month to do your spending, your travels and everything. Use a credit card. Okay. It's better. It helps you build credit score as well. Okay. So it's not, you don't get the credit card to just go crazy spending. No, you're using it wisely to help build your credit score up. Okay. Before I go any further, I want to share something. Because from a biblical standpoint, if we look in like Proverbs 13:11, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. So your hard work that you do, you don't go and waste it. You make sure it goes to work for you and increase. Okay. So how can I link saving, investing, and managing your money properly to Bible? If you look at like Joseph and Pharaoh, when he was able to, the 7 years of plenty, where he was able to put aside a 5% of the harvest at the time. So then when the 7 years of famine come, there was more than enough to feed the people in that country at the time. So there's a lot of things in the Bible that tells you how you can live a good life, by not being wasteful. The parable of the talents in Matthew 25:14-30. And this story teaches about stewardship and the importance of investing, growing the resource, money, and trust to you rather than borrowing or wasting. Okay, so don't waste. Don't waste what God has blessed you with. Use it wisely, save it, put it to work. Okay, so let's get back over here. Okay, so you have all your monthly, your daily. This is all your daily here. So as I said, you've got your month, your card that you spend on, your credit card, So over here underneath the month, you'll put the store or the place that you buy from, and then whatever card you use to spend, you put that total underneath that card. So you keep in tabs on at a glance what card you have been spending on. And this is pretty simple. Anybody can do this. It's very easy. It's an easy way to keep tabs on your spending, so you're not overspending too much. And also, when you get any extra money comes in, don't just think, yes, let's go party. When you get extra money coming, don't just think, let's go party. No. You got to think, okay, this money comes in, let's put it to work. Thank you very much. Now you're going to go to work for me. You know, so this is why on here you will see on there where I have this miscellaneous. Okay, so at some point this year I had some money came back to me, so straight away 10% went to my tithing. 10% went back to God, because God has blessed me with this money that I didn't ask for. You know, so God, thank you so much. 10% back to God. Then I was able to put some in my in my saving, my ISA, cash ISA saving. Other investments in dividends, investments, more investments again, and then in savings. Okay, so basically 99% of all this money went to work. You know, from the cash ISA to the investments, it all went to work. I didn't spend it, I send it to work. Okay, so it's like when the master gave these workers the talents, and they go and they make more on top, and the one with one went and buried and, you know, did nothing. Now, what you learn from that is you need to, when you are given, you need to go to work. That talent need to go to work. So any money I get, extra money that I know I don't need now, it goes to work. Okay. So let's get back to this. So to keep it simple, let's get on to so all of this ties in now to your savings, you know, being consistent. So you have to be consistent with making sure you put in 10%, 15%, depends how, you know, what your wage is like, or where you get your income from. You make sure you're paying yourself first. You got to pay yourself first, because guess what? Not that you pay yourself first, but the taxman take his out first. So so you pay yourself first before anything else. You know, you pay yourself first. So if we go to the blank one, and then just to show you how it works, let's go to the blank one. Let's go to 2026. So here we are. Okay. So as I run through this before, let's just say as an example, let's put in paying. Let's put let's put 1,000. That's easy. Okay. So straight away you can see you put your money that comes in, £1,000. There's nothing going out yet, so the difference is still 1,000. Okay. So 100 of that, if this is working. So 100 of that is going to go there. That's your 10%. Your rent could be Let's call it 500. How is that looking? So you got £400 difference, and you still have stuff to pay out. Phone, say your phone is 20. That phone there is nothing. Say you want to invest, so you're going to invest, say £50. Let's have a look what the difference is down there, saying 3. You're paying Wi-Fi each month. Let's call that 35. You're paying your electric. Let's call that 100. You're paying your council tax. That's another 100. Oops, that's £10. And so forth. You got these little things there. You got your water. You got to pay your credit card, savings, emergency fund, loan. If you're paying yourself a loan, it depends what it is, how much you want to pay. So you get the idea what it is. So say if I in here just put the last 20, there you go. So then your difference is 0. So use up all your money, all your income. You use up all your income already, but that doesn't mean you don't have money left, because with your investments and savings, whatever, your money is there, gone to work for you. Okay. So just because it's 0 doesn't mean you don't have any money, you know. Okay. But this is where it comes down to being able to manage properly. So you could look at any of these and think, because there's certain things you think, I don't need to pay this month. If you're really, really tight, you can say, you know what, for this month, the emergency fund, I'm not gonna put anything in there. Or you can keep your emergency fund and say, you know what, let's take that out. Leave that to 0. So you're starting to look at it each month and manage it properly, you know, to manage that £1,000 properly. So now you got a difference of £20. You can use that to treat yourself. Okay, because you were going to spend it here anyway, in here. Okay, but if you want to have a difference, as you call it, cash flow, you have the cash flow there. You can use, you can take it, do whatever you want to do with it. Okay. So this is it. You know, we any questions? Any question, anybody? Any question? Andrew, this is only harder because I can't see behind you to find the turtle. So sorry, Libby. So sorry, Libby. The turtle is there, I can assure you. The turtle is somewhere, I can assure you. So if we drop down to bonus, what's the bonus? What's the bonus? What would be the bonus? The bonus would be Depends on age. Not everybody is gonna think about this, but the bonus is your future. So when I said future, the future is your pension. You know, because some people you've been working places, you've been opting to pension, but you didn't even realize because you didn't really miss the money going out each month into this workplace pension. So you could have lots of pension out there. You just need to find them, get them all in one place, so you know exactly where they are, because you got to think of your future. You can't just think, I can live just off state pension. No, nobody can just live off state pension. You need to have your own personal pension, so you can live a good life when you decide to retire. You know what I mean? So I have worked out exactly how much I need to retire if I want to live a good, comfortable life. I want more than comfortable. I want excitement. But I work out the base of what I would want to retire. And I have that right in front of me. So every day I sit at this desk, I can, when I'm looking at the camera here, just above the camera, that's my retired total. Okay. And I keep, so that's my retired total over there. I keep other stuff on my ceiling, on my bed, as little goals, little reminders of what I'm working towards, you know. So I'm not just working hard for the future. I'm working hard so I can treat myself now and again. I can treat my friends. I can treat my family. But this can only happen because you learn how to budget yourself. You learn how to manage your finance. So you know what? Okay, I can spend an extra £50 this month. It's not a problem. But if you just go and spend £50, not knowing where the rest of your money is, or how much you've spent, or whatever, and then comes you think, oh, I can't buy food. Oh, I was meant to do this, or something happened to the car, or the car broke down, this happened. Now you're thinking, why did I spend that £50? You could have used that £50 to do that. But you shouldn't be thinking like that. You shouldn't be thinking like that. You should spend that £50 and feel good to spend it. Because then if anything happened to a car, anything happened within the house, whatever, you've got it covered. Why do you have it covered? Because you've got your emergency fund. And you need to make sure you put in money in an emergency fund each and every month. Okay? Each and every month, you need to make sure your emergency fund is getting funded. Okay? Because that emergency fund is exactly what it's for. Emergencies. So just because you go and spend £50, it doesn't matter. You've got your emergency fund to cover that. Something break down, a boiler breakdown, you shouldn't have to worry about, oh, where am I going to find the money to fix the boiler? No. Emergency fund. That's what it's there for. So they do say you should have between 3 to 6. Some people will have a year's worth of emergency fund. So your emergency fund would be your monthly income times 3. So if you get £1,000 a month, and then so that would be 3 months worth, so you'll have £3,000. 6 months, you'll have 6,000. 12 months worth, you'll have £12,000. If you want to have emergency fund for a year, that's why some people, they're able to say, you know what, I'm going to stop work or whatever, because they have the funds there. They know they can survive for 6 months and don't have to work. That's what an emergency fund is there for, is that, and also to help you when things are not going so well, when the money is not flowing in as easy or as quick as it should. That's what it's there for. Car breakdown, a boiler in the house, some plumbing problems, whatever, you got emergency fund. Spend your £50. Don't worry about it. Because the emergency is there. So let me tell you where I had to use my emergency fund this year. So this year, my landlord had to sell the property I was in to then move into another one of her properties. So for once in my life, it took a long time. I didn't have to borrow money from anyone. I didn't have to call anyone and go, oh, I've got to move house and, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting that I had to move so quick, and I don't have time to put together a deposit. Can you help me out? I didn't have to call anybody to say, oh, lend me this, lend me that. Can I borrow this? No, I was able to no problem. Call my brother up. I says, bro, I'm moving house on this date, Can you come and help me move? That's it. I didn't have to ask family or anybody for financial help. I was able to go straight to emergency. Thank you very much. Deposit paid. Beautiful. Okay. But I still make note of it that I need to put that money back into the emergency fund. Okay. So if it would have taken you 2-3 months to get your deposit together, then that's how you put the money back into your emergency fund, is within those three months. So next time anything, you've got your emergency. Live life to the full when you manage your finance properly. Okay. If there's any questions, please leave down below. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and hopefully we can do this again. I'm hoping to bring on an ex-banker that can give more in-depth, more understanding, especially on different things, whether it's investments and stuff like that. Okay. So all I'm saying is manage your finance properly. So as I show you on here, you just each and every day, just manage it. It's very easy. These things are easy to create as well. Okay. Your day to day. So if I spend £10 today, I'm going to put, say, Tesco. What did I use? Use the credit cards, £10 there. I didn't use my bank card. I didn't use my investment card. I didn't use the other investment card. 00, credit card, £10. There you go. And you do that. So you can either fill this in. You can fill this in on a daily basis, or you can do it at the end of a week. You can just sit down at the end of a week and just go onto your statements, or go onto your because everything's touch nowadays. Just go onto your touch card on your Apple Pay or your Google Pay, whatever it is, and you'll see everything on there. Just bang it all in there. Things that you're not happy that you spend on, then highlight it and put them in red. So that's going to show you not to the next month to do the same thing you've done in January. So February, you shouldn't have any reds because you're thinking, I'm not doing that again. So February, you shouldn't have any reds. March, you shouldn't have any reds. You know, and if you have a red in April, okay. But it's about managing it so you're not having all these not unexpected spend, but spending where you don't need to spend. You know, sometimes people spend because they're just, oh, let me, oh, I want this, oh, I want that. Come on, man. And then they buy these things, but they never end up using them. They just go to waste. Or you want to impress people. That's one thing I will not do, is impressed anybody. I'm all about impressing my God, you know, so that's all I want. I want my God to know that everything he's given to me, I'm using it wisely. I am putting my finance to work, and I am saving for a rainy day, you know. So yes, so next time I come in here, there's going to be more about investments. There will be more about saving and the best place where you can invest and how you can invest. But for now, today was about basic managing your money. Okay. So month by month, you can manage it daily. Okay. If you want to invest, there's Trading 212 out there. Go and do some research on Trading 212, figure it out, see if it's for you, and have a look into that. I don't get paid for anything that I'm saying about Trading 212. It's just my preference, and that's what I use. Be consistent with everything that you do every month. You put money away every month. Be consistent. You invest in each month. Be consistent. Don't watch the market. If the market say, oh, the market's crashing, if this news come out, say this happened, and then you see the market going down, don't worry. Be a long-term investor. Keep investing each month as normal. Whether the market's down here or the market's up there, that money should go into investment as clockwork every month. Or if you get paid weekly, that money should goes in every week. You know, just to give you a little bit into that, is the reason you continue being consistent when the market's down there. You're going to buy when the market's right here, when it's at its low. The next thing is when it comes up, you're going to buy when it's at the high. So each high, you're going to keep buying, you're going to keep buying, you're going to keep buying each high. But each low, you're going to keep buying. And as it starts to rise again, you're going to keep buying because you're being consistent. So you're buying the lows and you're buying the highs. This is how long-term investment. So I don't look at the market. I don't worry about the market. My investment go out every month regardless. I ain't stressed about nothing. Okay. Because if you start worrying and listening to the noise out there on Facebook, YouTube, and all these social media, you would never want to do investments. Make sure you're saving, which correlate with your emergency fund. So saving, when you save, you can put in high interest savings account. I use Trading 212 Cash ISA to do my saving on there. So that is where I do my saving, which is where I also pay myself a £10,000 loan as well. Okay. And your emergency fund is something you can get to straight away. It's not something you need to spend time trying to get. Emergency fund is something that's exactly what it is. It's there. You can quickly use that in an emergency. Okay. So remember, manage month by month, daily, and be consistent. You know, when you're consistent, so don't just do this for a month and think, ah, I can't see any progress. Nah. Progress you will only see if you're consistent. And even if you have to tweak now and again, every month, you think, okay, I need to tweak this because maybe your income wasn't what you expect. You're gonna have to tweak it to suit. Tweak, but then you get back on track again. Okay. Don't just think, oh, it's not working because now you tweak, but making sure you're being consistent. You're being consistent. Okay. So there's a question that someone will answer for me next time I do one of these is what's the importance of saving and investing, which most of it I've answered already, but to have a much deeper understanding of that, there's a deeper understanding, but also it's the most simplest of answer. You know, you never know what's going to happen. You know, like Joseph, 7 years of good. You got to make sure you're storing as much as you can, because then when 7 years of famine, you have all that to rely on, and you'll still be happy. You'll still be doing everything you need to do. Just because you were being clever over here, you were able to live happy over here, while in the middle all of here, all hell break loose. Okay, but that's it really. So where's the turtle living? You see, I told you today you weren't going to find it. It was just the shadow, but he's right there. He's right there. So there you go, Libby. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Remember, if you're watching this after it being live, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow. And don't forget to go back to the video afterwards. Leave some questions in the video. If you want a copy of my spreadsheet, forgot what it's called then. If you want a copy of my spreadsheet and how I for me to send you a copy, please leave in the chat, in the comment section, just put copy, and then I'll be able to contact and be able to send a copy. I said it was the shadow. Knew it. You should have said something then, shouldn't you? But yes, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. And I know it went longer. It could be longer, but as I said, this is just basic money management, and just stay on top of what you're doing. Save, have your emergency fund, and invest. And the bonus was know where all your pension is, know where all your workplace pension is, and bring them all in one place, so you know you're thinking of the future. Because I want to live a nice life when I retire. You know, by the grace of God, if you get me to that age, to retirement age, I know I'm going to live a good life. But in the meantime, the journey to that, I'm going to live a good life as well. Okay. That's it. That is it, lovely people. Told you. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me, Libby. Don't mess with me. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will get a copy to you, Libby. Yes, I've covered everything I said I was going to cover. Yes. And before I go, I can actually tell you this, how much I have spent up to this point of the year. I spent just over £8,000 in total expenditure, everything that include eating out, that include dentists, emergency dentists, which cost a lot of money, that include holiday, birthday, that include meals out with family, friends, traveling to London, spending time in London, sending money to families and friends, helping out wherever I can. Yeah, my takeaway, all that is in just over £8,000. I think, wow, £8,000 in 1 year. It is possible when you break it down. So this is what I'm saying: the £162 that I spend on takeaway, that need to be less. That need to be less, because every little penny counts. Anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you guys hopefully soon in another video. Take care. God bless.